Good morning, friends. Happy Thursday. It is Thursday, June the 8th, and we have a weather advisory in effect here, air quality weather advisory. So we're expecting rain today, and of course um, the weather is crazy because of the wildfires that are going on all across Canada. And so I want to send my thoughts and my prayers to the people that are affected, and I hope that everyone stays safe. Please make sure that you check your local weather networks or weather stations, because they will give you the pollutant sort of, or the air quality pollutant numbers, and also be able to advise you as to what you should do to keep yourself safe and breathing freely. So please make sure that you check that out wherever you are. With that being said, here we are. Let's do this. So I woke up super early this morning, and as I was sitting here looking for something to do to get me to this point, scrolling through the phone as we all do, I came across a couple of things, and my overall thought about some of the things, I don't know if you guys do this or not, but I'll find something that I'm interested in, and I kind of go right to the comments, and I start reading through the comments. Probably shouldn't do that, but that's what I do. And in those comments, I noticed so much, like, not just hate. It's not hate. It's vicious. It's cruel. It's contemptible, in all matter of things. And I really thought to myself, okay, so what I want to talk about when we start this morning is, and this will be like for the daily read, I want to talk about how can we come from a place of more kindness, right? How can we, as light workers and empaths, encourage others to increase their joy, to not come from a place of such judgment. I mean, it's horrific to me. Hi, Bims. How are you, my love? So I want to toss a few cards about that. I mean, I know the times are tough, and when times are tough, we're all more on edge, and so, like, I get that the temperature is up in terms of all of us feeling the squeeze, like financially and politically and environmentally in some cases, and then you add regular life on top of all of those things, and it can be quite toxic. But I mean, my God, like, to be so vicious. And you've all seen it. You've all seen examples, I'm sure. And if you haven't, good for you. Stay the heck away from it. It's just toxic. So let's toss a few cards. Let's go with the Sacred Destiny Oracle. How you doing today, Bims? Hope you're doing well. I hope you're enjoying your day so far. Everybody's sleeping. Yay. When I say everybody, I mean all the animals are sleeping. We have Rosie on the couch, and Charlotte is over here on the cat tree. So this is interesting to me because I think that we pulled these cards, or some of these cards, the other day. So I'm going to continue to pull. Good morning, Linda. You're excellent. That's good to hear. I'm doing well, thanks. I'm doing well. It's Thursday. One more day till the weekend. Woohoo! Good morning, Liz. Hi, honey. How are you, honey? How's your day going? Well, those are some interesting cards that I'm getting out here. Okay. So we started off talking about me scrolling through, different things and seeing some comments that were written about, it has nothing to do with spiritual community, just like different things, right? One of them was Prince Harry going to court yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, in the UK. And I mean, this stuff is just absolutely vicious, like vicious. The other one was how I've told you guys this before. I follow some people from Scientology that have left the Church of Scientology and have websites and YouTube channels sort of dedicated to continuing the cause after Leah Remini's program that she did on A&E, right? So these are people that have left the Church of Scientology trying to talk about the church and why you shouldn't be a part of it. And so they were talking about the Danny Masterson rape trial that had just occurred a few weeks back, and he was just found. Sorry, I can hear something. Just found guilty on 2 counts of rape, and so again, vicious comments. And I wondered to myself, how can we as light workers and empaths, find a way to spread a little more love, a little more kindness out to others? How can the collective spread a little more love and kindness out to others? So we have focus. It's an interesting card to come out, right? Focus. We have pleasure. Then we have transformation. And then we have freedom. I think those are really interesting cards because if we can show people the light, if we can share the light with others, showing them that coming from a place of love, finding the beautiful blessed moments within our day and within our sort of everyday experiences, when we share those things with each other, when we feel heard, when we feel seen, when we feel like we belong, when we're surrounded by and supported by people that are like-minded and come from a place of no judgment, when you sort of adopt those philosophies or those policies, you do go through a transformative process, and that is when the freedom arrives, right? If freedom to express yourself. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes it's difficult to even think about leaving a comment in one of those sections, no matter how you feel, because even the nicest comment can be turned into something extremely nasty. And so be mindful of that as you navigate, right? And the different things that you do and the different social media platforms that you all follow. And of course, around your everyday friends, when you're out in the, shopping or at the doctor's office or whatever, the grocery store, be mindful that we can, because we understand give someone the gift of kindness and allow them to see things from a different perspective, right? To increase their joy, to increase their happiness, their pleasure, so that they can begin to experience the same kind of freedom that we do. That's a lovely way to start the day, isn't it? Let's say good morning to some folks. Liz says that she's tired. She just got back from work. Well, we hope that you're sitting there with your feet up, Liz, and that you're all nice and comfy now. Linda says, I'm glad that the truth behind that cult is being exposed. Me too, Linda. Good morning, Esther. How are you, my dear? Happy to have you here. Good morning, Green Mountain Mystic. Nice to see you, my friend. Good morning, Sherry L. Nice to see you. Good morning, Fleck. Welcome back. So we were just sort of talking about I was scrolling through the internet this morning, something that you're not supposed to do. And I was noticing all these comments, and they weren't even hateful. They were like a step above hateful. Like it was vicious, beyond mean. I mean, it was basically bullying, but I mean, harmful, hateful stuff about something that I don't know why anyone actually cares. And what I mean by that is, we have wildfires going across our entire country of Canada. That's where I live. That the smoke has, gone over, the pollutants in the air have gone over into other countries, and people can't breathe. And there's pictures all over the internet. People are dying. People are, don't have clean drinking water. People are economically, stressed and stretched. And yet there is this vicious amount of hate for whether they think that, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are going to make it or not. Like, honestly, who gives a hoot? And it's nothing about the royal family or Prince Harry or Meghan Markle as individuals. I mean, they were even saying like their children aren't real. And I mean, it just like, I don't know what it is about people that makes people want to be so judgmental, especially when they have no knowledge of what actually is the truth, right? Good morning, Kiba. It's nice to see you, my friend. Yeah, I guess, Esther. I've never. I can be very critical of myself, and I can be very judgmental when it comes to myself. But to be so critical of a situation or people that I have no knowledge of, that I will never interact with. I mean, I may have a thought or an opinion, but to wish them any kind of harm, or to say that like their children aren't real, and I just like I don't understand that level of discontent in your own life. Like, I always think to myself, like, what does that say about you? Like, if that's the kind of stuff that you're pushing out, what does that say about you? Good morning, Joan. Good morning, Teresa. Pisces greeter TK. I remembered, yay. And it's nice to see you guys this morning. I'm glad that you're here. Yeah, it kind of boggles one's mind, if I was being honest. And so I don't want to reside in that energy, but I've been noticing this for a while, and kind of sitting here shaking my head, going like, what's happening? You know what I mean? We need to observe and make positive and loving changes where we can. 100%, Linda, 100%. And so, with that being said, as I said at the top of the show, I just want to, extend my thoughts and my prayers and my wishes for all parties that are involved in all of these wildfires that go on all across Canada and in different provinces and stuff. It is a show, friends. We have an air quality advisory in effect. Our highest number is supposed to be 10, and we're at 15 today. It's bad, and it's moving from Quebec, which is where Run Unconditional Love is located, into Ontario, which is where I am. the wildfires themselves, and it's a pretty scary situation. And what's even scarier is the wind sort of blowing that smoke. I mean, I seen some pictures yesterday from New York, and it was like, oh my gosh! And I've heard, through the different shows that I was watching yesterday, people saying in the comment section that they, in different places in the States, that they were still smelling the smoke. So make sure that you check your local weather networks or your news, and make sure that you're following the guidelines for how to, keep yourself safe and protected if you happen to be, within, the area where the smoke is sort of going, because it can be quite dangerous, especially if you have like pre-existing conditions, right? Excuse me. Okay, so I'm here for it. You guys got any questions? You want to chat? Let me know. Listen, there are no excuses for ringing phones. I'm just kidding. That's my husband, everybody, Kelmar, in case you don't know. I'm joking, obviously. He's at work popping in to say hello. Isn't that sweet? You're very kind, honey. So let me know if you need some cards. Let me know if you want to chat about something. Tell me what's going on with you guys. Got any big plans for the weekend? Have a show coming up tomorrow night. We're supposed to be out at the fire pit, but that's not going to happen because we have a fire ban on. And so we will be inside. Ron, Unconditional Love, Jay Herc 213, join me. 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to do some cards. Have a few laughs, as we do. Then on Monday, I have Wisdom Seeker Joan and Terry from Kiguru Spiritual Journeys joining me at 7 p.m. Eastern. We're going to do some basically celebrating Dad. So messages from, Dad or Grandpa or Uncle or those kinds of things. So look forward to that. We've recently discovered that Rosie is afraid of the garden hose. So last night, Mark went outside. He was watering the grass and the plants and stuff because it's been really dry, and we just laid new sod down, so got to keep watering. And she went out there with him, and 5 seconds later, she was back at the door crying and wanting to come in. And it didn't matter that he came around the corner and showed her, like, I'm right here. She wanted no part of that hose. So we're going to have to work on that to encourage her to not be afraid of it. Good morning, Joan. Did I say good morning to you? I hope I didn't miss you. Good morning, Hershey. I know it's not funny, but it was kind of funny. Like, there she is standing there at the door, like crying. And it's like, Daddy's right there. Aw, Linda, bless your heart. Well, I'm glad that you feel good and that you've had a little discomfort. Oh, okay. Thanks, Joan. I never know what the heck I'm doing. Now, there's interesting things. You know how I do this, right? Like, we just keep talking and I keep shuffling. We've got truth and forgiveness. So I think that those two cards are speaking to the people that come from that critical sort of place, when that's the place that they go to first. Do you know what I mean? It speaks more about like issues that they may have, which is why they're allowed, or they feel, to be so critical of others, why they assume that there is some kind of like malice or deceit or betrayal behind whatever their motives might be. Bye, honey. Have a nice day. I don't know if you guys agree or not, but I think that when people are mean spirited and hateful like that, um, so so quick to judge, so quick to pounce, that that it says a lot more about them and what's going on in their own life, and that they haven't been able to process that. They don't feel whole. They don't have that beautiful sort of aligned um, experience, or that aligned moment happen for them. Do you know what I mean? That is actually really sad to me. Anyway, let's move on from that, shall we? All right, you guys, let me know if you have a question. You want a card. I was going to say you've got a card. No, I've got the cards. You've got the questions. That's how this goes. I'm crazy. Yeah, you do too, Joan? Yeah. Well, this weekend, I'm going to change all my little tchotchkes, as I like to refer to them. I changed the sort of color theme thing, whatever you want to call it, in my living room and my kitchen every season, because why the heck not? And so we're switching it up to yellow for summer, and that always makes me excited to get ready to switch things up, because I have a lot of stuff, things that mean things to me, right? Things that I want to see, and I don't have room to, display it all the time. And so I like to be able to switch it up a little bit. Do you guys do that? Do you switch up your stuff? You want a card, Fleck? Absolutely. Bims is back. You had to say hi to the crows. They're still there. Excellent. All right. Fleck would like a card. Do you want just a general reading? Do you want do you have a specific question, Fleck, or just dealer's choice kind of idea? Yes, ma'am. All right. We'll get these guys out for you. I'm using the Sacred Forest Oracle. It is, I think it's one of the first decks that I bought, and one of my favorites. It's one of my go-tos, if you will. One of my go-tos. Absolutely, Hershey. So, while I have some people in here, let me say that Rosie's having a bad dream. She's running in her sleep. I was going to be doing this every day, Monday through Thursday, and that's a lot. So I think what I'm going to do. Good morning, my friend. How are you, Nancy Jean? Everybody, say hi to Nancy Jean. If you're not already familiar with Nancy Jean's Garden, go check her out. She is awesome. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're feeling good. Angela and I just did another garden show, Nancy Jean, and it was great. All right. So let's, so I was saying, I was going to do this every day, and I think what I'm going to do is do it Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11, because I still have my show on Monday night, and every once in a while on Fridays. And so the daily readings will go back up again. So you guys have those. All right. Let me star all the people that want cards so I don't lose my mind here. What can I look forward to? Hershey wants a card. Okay. All right. So Fleck, what does Fleck need to know? Nancy Jean was kind enough to help me when I first started reading tarot, just about a year and a half ago now, and sort of took me for a couple of lessons, and she's a great teacher. We have Earth, Spirit, and Stability. That is the card for you, Fleck. And I love this card because this is literally how we can gain stability, right? How we can sort of bring stability back if we're feeling unstable is to allow ourselves to go out into nature, do some grounding, just sort of take in all of the beauty and all of the living things that surround us when we're out in nature. I mean, you can literally have like a sensory overload. What in the bejeebers is that? I don't know if that's a bug or what. A sensory overload when you go out into nature, and that's a great way to sort of bring yourself back into alignment. So that's what I've got for you, Fleck. Absolutely, Linda. I got you, love. All right. Genealogy Junkie, do you have a channel now? Wow, you guys, I can really smell the smoke. Oh, okay. Well, when you come back from surgery, and of course we wish you well with that, when you come back from surgery, maybe you and I should have a chat. You should come on with us. Oh, you don't have time for a channel. I love it. Okay. So I hope that you like that, Fleck. That's what I got for you. All right. Esther G says, I would like a general reading, please. And thank you so much. Going on. It's rough. I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. These are in no particular order, you guys. I just kind of like go randomly. All right. Let's see what's going on for Miss Esther. Sorry. I have the laptop sitting on the ottoman, so I don't have a whole lot of real estate. Every once in a while, I bang it. The laptop, that is. And it kind of wiggles. So I hope nobody gets seasick. Absolutely, my friend. All right. Here we go. Miss Esther G. What does Esther need to know? What's going on with Esther? Nancy Jean and I are going to have to get together and do some past life readings again. I think. If you're up to it, Nancy Jean, if you're still here, we should get together and do some past life readings. Aw, thanks. Appreciate you. Okay. So I threw some tarot cards. Aw, I love it when you guys all show love. It's beautiful. All right. I don't want you to worry, Esther. Everything's okay. We start out with the Two of Cups. So this is obviously, about relationships, maybe family, maybe partner, but, I feel like your harmony is kind of off, or your unity, right? Your oneness, if you will, with the unit is off a bit. We have the Ace of Cups, so you're coming from a place of love. These cards are from the past. Now, not too distant past, but the past, right? So now we're coming more into the current, if you will. We have the King of Swords, so I'm not sure if this is involving an air sign, like if this is the problem person, or if this is just the energy of the moment. The King of Swords wants to sit high above and be very analytical and very logical and very strategic in the way that they think, and that the way that they execute their plans, right? They're excellent communicator, really good business people. But there's a lot of thought that's involved before they move forward. So that's kind of the current spot, shared with the Death card. So with that analytical thought, that strategic sort of planning, right? You know, the lists and all of those things that energy and makes up. There's going to be some sort of a restart, which is lovely. Okay. Sitting in the challenge position is the Moon card. You know, the Moon card is either showing you stuff that you don't know is there, highlighting something that you think is there, but showing you what it really is. Like maybe you think it's bigger than it is, and it's it's trying to show you that it's not, or maybe you don't think it's as big as it is, and it's showing you that it is, right? Or maybe it's just giving you just enough light to take one step at a time. It doesn't have to be negative, though, right? Remember that there is no shadow without light. So when it comes to the Moon card, a lot of people get freaked out by that. Just remember, there is no shadow without light. The last card that you have is the Eight of Wands. And so once you get to this point of the restart, right, and once you get to the point of the Moon card, trying to figure out, is this an illusion or is it a disillusion, right? Is this real, or is this, am I making more of it? Or is the situation not worthy of all of my sort of energy and attention? Then you've got the Eight of Wands. That's information coming in and things moving fast. So then things start to pick up and move. On the bottom of the deck, you've got the Wheel of Fortune. So that's forward momentum. Things are moving again, and that's what you want. I pulled one more Oracle card for you, and I've got Abundance, which is lovely. So whatever it is that you're going through right now, maybe try to sit down and really think about, like, what's happening? What do I need to do to shift my thinking? And what do I need to do to be able to navigate this better? What are the things that, like, where do I need to put my time and my energy? So that you're sort of taking control of the situation again, rather than worrying about it. Like, turn your worrier into a warrior kind of idea. And then I think things will start to move better. Absolutely. Thanks, Esther. All right. So now we move on to, and thank you for asking the question. I wish you many blessings with that. Now we're going to move on to Sherry. Says, what can I look forward to from now till July? From now until July. Sorry, you guys. I've got the window open and I'm not supposed to. But with my anxiety, I can, like, asking me to close the window is like, it's scary. I've got it open a smidge. And I can smell it. I can smell it. It's like I'm at the campfire. Actually, you know what it smells like? It doesn't smell like a campfire. It smells like the day after the campfire. If you've ever been camping and you've had a campfire and then you put it out with the hose or whatever, you wet it down, and then you come out the next day and it still kind of smells that way, or your clothes sort of smell that way. That's what it smells like. It's like the afterthought of a campfire, which is gross. All right, what's going on for Sherry? What's going on for Sherry? What's coming up for Sherry in the month of June, headed towards July? What is going on for Sherry in the month of June 2023? What's going on for Sherry in the month of June 2023? June. Sherry, are you trying to find a new job or a new occupation or planning a trip? Or were you thinking about either of those two things? You let me know. You're going, okay. No, because that yeah, because that showed up. That's why I asked that. Okay. So we start out with the Chariot card. This is things happening quickly. This is speed. This is, hi Tammy. It's good to see you, my friend. This is, speed. It's blending of energies. We've got the Two of Wands. That's literally planning, right? Making plans. Sometimes plans for a vacation. You've got the King of Wands. I think that this is a person, probably a boss, or someone that represents like that kind of boss energy, right? King of Wands is like, the true entrepreneur. They're very creative. They're very charismatic. They're very sort of like large and in charge, but in a nice way. Like it's not a bad way, right? You've got a lot of creative energy around you in these cards, and you've got a lot of opportunity to make something happen, which is lovely. You've got the Knight of Pentacles showing up, and so whatever it is that you've been planning, whatever it is that you've been thinking about, whatever it is that you've been sort of wanting to try or wanting to experience or wanting to do, it's a great time for you to get after that, right? It's a great time for you to follow that through. You've got the Empress coming up. This is you, pregnant with possibilities. The world is your oyster kind of thing. You can do anything, that kind of vibe. Now this is interesting. So you've got the King of Wands that comes up, and I sort of feel like that's a person. And then you've got this King of Pentacles. And this is in your challenge position. The King of Pentacles is that energy that wants everyone around them to be happy and to feel like they have like a solid sort of foundation to build upon or to count on, right? It's like the dad of the family kind of vibe, right? Not that a mom, but you know what I mean. I sort of feel like this is more like an energy, that this isn't a person. This is more of an energy. And I can't explain why. That's just what I'm picking up. And I feel like this energy, and the reason why it's a challenge is because you may be thinking, if I try this new thing, I don't know if that foundation is going to, you know what I mean? Like you may upset the apple cart ever so slightly. Just saying, that's my vibe. Could be totally wrong. The last card that I have is the Magician. So this is the opportunity for you to manifest whatever you want, right? The Magician uses all the resources that they have from the Tarot, right? The cups, the swords, the wands, and the pentacles, and uses that to sort of manifest all of their dreams to come true. This is your outcome. Like the world, literally what I said before, the world is your oyster. On the bottom of the deck, we've got the Four of Swords. So you may be feeling like you've been working really hard lately, like you may need to take a step back. You might need to sort of just sort of rejuvenate yourself, to sort of recharge your battery. And if you're feeling like you need to recharge your battery, make sure that you do that, right? I'm going to pull one oracle card for you. So I'm not sure if that any of that resonates or makes sense. Sure, Tammy, I can do that for you, love. No problem. So we have lots of people in here. So the Mystics Library of Wu, everyone go check that channel out. If anyone has a moderator wrench, you can maybe stick that link in, or you can just follow that and check it out. That is Tammy. Hershey, the Shadow Reader. I believe that you have a channel, right, Hershey? If not, she has a Facebook page. You can find her on Facebook. Of course, Nancy Jean from Nancy Jean's Garden. And the one more. Want to get it right. Where is it? I'll never get it right. Green Mystic Mountain has a channel. It's so important to share the love, friends. So important to share the love. All right, share your oracle card here for you. Now, this is an interesting card. We have the Key. New beginnings, directions, which is interesting because of the Chariot coming out, and adventures await for those ready to let go of the past. So maybe that makes sense then with that energy that I was picking up with the King of Pentacles, that want, like, is it okay for me to do this? Like, is it safe? You know what I mean? Do I have enough money? Is everything good? Right? You live your best life. Be happy. That's what that's telling you to do. So I hope that helps. I hope it resonates. It's totally fine, Linda, not to worry. Just check those other channels out if you want. If I was in my office, I have like a whole like sticky note of people's links that I can stick into the chat. But yeah, go check out the other channels if you guys are interested. I thank you kindly, Sherry, for being here and for asking the question. I hope that resonates. I hope it helps. Esther says, or sorry, not Esther, sorry. Hershey says, I'd like a card to see how the weekend goes. Well, all right. I'm going to pull from this deck here for you. Thank you, Sherry. It was a really positive reading, Sherry. I hope that you felt that it was positive, because I really did. I felt that, like, you know, whatever it is or was that you had been through, you're coming out of it, and you continue to go on a sort of motion, and that's lovely. Good morning, Sylvia. How are you, my friends? Good to see you. All right, friends, here we go for Miss Hershey. What does she need to know for the weekend? Now, tomorrow, there will be a pre-recorded weekend reading that comes out, so I do hope that you guys can check that out. We had like 98 cards fall out there. One upright. Well, there we go. 2 more. Okay. That's excellent. Now, let us pull from one of these guys here. That was fast. They just flip right over inside the deck. Okay. Wow. I love it. Okay. So we start out with taking risks. Something that you want to do that I don't think that you're necessarily afraid. I feel like resistant, holding back, unsure. Absolutely, Sylvia. The rest of your cards are fabulous. We have wonders. We have trust. We have magic. And we have happiness. Nobody knows better than you do, Hershey, that you have to trust in the process. Maybe this is a case of timing. And what I mean by that is expecting too much in too short of an amount of time. You know, going from 0 to 60 when maybe you should have went like 0 to 20 to 40 to 60. Do you know what I mean? Encourage yourself every step of the way and don't fall off of the path because maybe it didn't go the way that you expected it to go, or that, you know, you thought that you could and for whatever reason you couldn't. Continue to encourage yourself and maybe back it up and baby step it. Think about when you were, you know, when you trained your puppy to go potty, or when you trained your kiddos to use the potty. Some kids pick it up right away and some kids don't. And some kids fall off the wagon and some kids don't. Baby step it. Be kind to yourself, and just allow the process and the journey to guide you, right? But you got to believe in it. Yeah. Yep. You got to believe in it. You got magic all around you and you are headed for a great place. Don't sabotage it by living in an outcome. Let the day-to-day, step-by-step part of the journey be the beautiful part. Good morning, Vicky. You're not late, my friend. You are right on time. Whenever you arrive is when you're supposed to be here. And you're most welcome. All right. So that makes sense. Excellent. I love it. Okay. Yeah, I'm not a fly by the seat of my pants kind of gal either. I mean, one could say that I used to be. I don't really think that I can claim that anymore. And what does that even mean? You know, you don't have to be fly by the seat of your pants, or, you know, jumping off of a cliff to be taking a risk. Taking a risk is literally doing something that you wouldn't normally do. So maybe you don't eat spaghetti wearing a white shirt. Well, maybe you could put on a yellow shirt and give it a shot, because that's as close to white as you're going to get. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be like... Okay. Miss Linda. Miss Linda, Miss Linda, Miss Linda. Who, by the way, friends, for those of you that don't know, we have a code word here at Dozen Cats. So whenever we feel that someone needs a little extra shot of love, our code word is the word hugs, Hugs, in capital letters. And when I say we need a code word for Linda, for example, then everyone types in hugs in the chat. And it's lovely because all you see in the whole chat is just hugs, 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 hugs. And I think that Linda could probably use a few hugs just as she recovers from her tooth extractions. So, you're so cute, Linda. All right, here we go. For Miss Linda. Good morning, Kelly. Wow, Linda. Look at that. Freedom. So whatever reason you had these teeth extracted, I mean, you're good to go. You're away from it now, love. Like, you're away from it. So I don't know if like infection was part of a problem, or if it was affecting your ability to eat or whatever, but you are. I'm gonna pull another one. I was just like, wow, that was an awesome card to start with. Good morning, Jennifer. Listen, you're the second person now. Vicky yesterday was talking about the teeth, and now you, and I really need to do it. Of course, I have to be able to leave my house to be able to do it. I'm not going to lie. I am absolutely scared to death, but I am so inspired by your courage, and I commend you. My heart goes out to you because I believe me when I tell you I know how difficult that is to put yourself into that position. Truth. Now that's an interesting card. I have a thought, but I don't know if my thought is correct. My thought, meaning my intuition on that, is okay. Well, thank you, because I just confirmed it. That like denying you're denying the problem, or denying it. It's not really procrastinating. I think more like denying, right? And then we've got acceptance. So the truth of the situation, you had to accept with acceptance. Now you have a new beginning, which will lead you or land you in a place of freedom. I mean, I kind of think that those were for me and for you. If you don't mind me claiming part of your reading, I literally think that that's for me and for you. Linda says yes, infection, but I still have more dental work, cleaning, and crowns. Listen, that's nothing after that, right? Vicky says, I will be finished with this whole process July 17th. I'm so glad I did it, but it was a long haul, no doubt. Pisces Greater says, Linda, understand the fear. Trust me, it will be fine. I went through all my teeth pulled back in 2014. False teeth, use it. Yeah. Ancestor Linker says, I think I am at the top of the saga minus cancer, getting leg bone removed. Wow. I have to learn to walk, swallow, and talk again. Now there's a code word, friends, for hugs for Ancestor Linker. My goodness. Well done, my friend. Well done. Well done. I love that you wrote that. That is so extraordinary that you wrote, don't worry, my guides are getting me through that. Blessings to you, my friend. I love that. All right. Good morning, Carolyn. It's terrible where I am. But I'm in Ontario, so there you go. The Mystics Library of Wu, Miss Tammy, would like some cards. We talked about that earlier, Carolyn. It's terrible everywhere. I mean, it's awful. I'm like all stuffed up myself. Okay. Have a few situations I have concerns about. Can you see what's going on this month? All right, let's see what's going on for Miss Tammy here. Yeah. It is so nice of all you guys to pop in and hang out with me this morning. We're getting close to our hour, so just to recap, this daily thing will be every Tuesday and every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern, and I look forward to hanging out with you guys during the daytime because I don't normally get to do that. Because I'm always on at night. So this is lovely. Getting to connect with people that I don't normally get a chance to. All right, let's go here for Tammy. What does Tammy need to know? Please, Spirit, what's going on for Tammy? What's going on for Tammy? I'm sitting in my living room balancing the laptop on my my little ottoman here. Beautiful. Bear with me here 1 minute, Tammy. Yeah, ours is like I was telling people in the beginning, we have our air quality number, like an extreme bad polluted kind of air is 15, or sorry, 10. And today ours is 15. We have a weather advisory warning kind of thing in effect. The fires have moved into northern Ontario now, so still, like in terms of like how far away is that from where I am, it's probably like 15 or 16 hours, but it's now in Ontario. Tammy, everything is going to be fine. More than fine, actually. I'm happy to say, according to my cards, and and I hope I'm right. So we start out with the 10 of Wands. Packing up and moving on. The job that you intended to do is done. It's over. I don't know. I mean, this card is in the past, so I don't know how long ago this happened or if it happened, but I feel like that may be part of the situations that you're talking about. Okay. So next to that, we have the Justice card. And, sorry. Apologize. Next to that, we have the Knight of Wands. I feel like this represents a person, someone who is very sort of like, I don't really care what you say, and I don't really care what the rules are, and I don't really care, about any of that stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is the Knight of Wands is very much like going to the beat of their own drum, being, kind of like, yeah, woohoo, like not all party, but more like less responsible or less accountable than maybe we would like them to be. So I feel like that represents a person. Then we have the Justice card, which is lovely because this is, truth. It's karma. It's the scales coming back into equilibrium. It could be a legal matter. Then for the challenge position, we've got the Five of Wands. This is conflict. So there's still that feeling of not being on the same page. But I feel that that feeling of not being on the same page is that on the surface everything is being presented as if it's waiting, or as if it's on waiting on a birth, and still think of my mom's health a lot. I am a Libra. Okay. You're waiting on a birth. That's interesting. Okay. This conflict card then, this feels internal more than external, and what I mean by that is like you don't believe. So we have an argument. I apologize to you. I say, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me." You say, "Yeah, I forgive you." And we try to like get past it. But deep down inside, you're like, not sure. I'm not sure about you. I'm going to keep my eye on you. I feel some sort of way. That's the vibe that I'm getting. The last card is the Star card, right? This is about hope. It's about faith. It's about believing, right? Now, as far as outcome cards go, that's great. On the bottom of the deck, friend, we've got the Sun card. So this is the birth that you are feeling about or thinking about, right? This is your joy. This is your blessings. The Oracle card that I pulled is happiness. So, the birth is happening and all of that stuff is going to be great. But this situation that I've got here feels very much like there is two or more people involved, but one person is being very responsible and trying to keep things in order and organized, and there is someone who's just like, yeah, well, like whatever, like whatever. Why are you worried about it? Who cares? That's the kind of energy I'm picking up. So I'm not sure if I'm right or not, but that's what I got. Wow. I love it. Beautiful. All right, my friend. Many blessings to you on the upcoming birth. That's lovely. Okay. So Sylvia says, may I have a reading? Is my strength going to get better to work in my garden? Well, I certainly hope that it does, Sylvia. Remember that you can pace yourself, right? No problem, Tammy. All right. For Miss Sylvia, will she have the strength to work in her garden? Strength to get better to work in her garden. Remember to pace yourself and hydrate. Have you ever considered using any like crystals or anything like that, Sylvia, for therapeutic reasons? Of course, there are some crystals that will that can help with inflammation and circulation. I wonder if you have given those a shot. I believe it's garnet, actually, if I'm not mistaken. Make sure that you look it up, though. I'm not a crystal expert, but I believe it's garnet that helps with like blood circulation, for example. There's many other stones that do things for inflammation and infections and headaches. And garnet is right. Okay, thanks, Tammy. Yeah. So. Okay. So, Sylvia, what I've got for you is we start out. Oh, you have one yourself? Awesome. We start out. Thank you, Linda Goldstone, too. We start out with the King of Cups. It's a lovely energy. I sort of feel like this could be like a doctor or like your therapist or like someone that helps you in some way or another. And I can't really explain that any better, but I feel like this is someone who either you rely on to be supportive to you. Maybe it's a neighbor, like a member of the family. It's like someone like that. And the reason why it came out in reverse. So normally the King of Cups is all about love and help and nurturing and all of that. No, no. This is someone who's just kind of stubborn and kind of stuck in their way. They mean well, but they're a little hard to shift, if you know what I mean. Then we have the Six of Swords, and this is lovely. This is moving from troubled waters, to a safer shore. And so if you look at those two cards, I sort of feel like that represents maybe the relationship with your doctor or the relationship with the therapist, where like you're like, I want to do this. I need you to make this happen for me. I need you to help me find a way so I can make this work. And they're like, no, you can't do it. Right. I feel like there's like not so much a locking of horns, but a difference of opinion. Right. And just follow me here. I have no idea if I'm right. These cards are a little odd considering the question. We have the Devil coming up in your challenge position. The Devil card's toxic behaviors and sort of toxic patterns. And so if your normal pattern would be, if your normal behavior would be, well, I'm not ever going to talk back to, I'm not going to really exercise my voice, so I'll just take it. Do you know what I mean? The reason that that's your challenge is you need to break that cycle. You need to say how you feel in the moment. And I'm not saying that you don't. That's what I'm getting. Because then we have, on the bottom of the deck, the Hierophant. This is trying to change beliefs, change traditions, change the way that things are normally done. So basically, and then on the bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Swords. So this is yourself not showing the world who you really are, right? Who you think we see is not at all who we see, right? So if someone is telling you that you can't do X, Y, or Z because of reason 1, 2, and 4, I say get a second opinion. I say do what you can, make it work for you. There's lots of things that you can do to help yourself. Now, I don't know what your issue may be in terms of your strength, but you can have, beds raised and, so they're closer to you than you having to bend down. You could do a herb garden in the kitchen if you have a windowsill. You could plant in pots as opposed to in the ground so that they're higher up and it's more easy to maintain. Different things of that nature, right? The three oracle cards that I got are really interesting because we've got illumination, we've got happiness, And we've got that caution. So the caution to me is the Devil card, right? Be careful that you don't fall into something that doesn't make you happy. And the illumination is the changing of the beliefs, and the happiness is the Six of Swords, the moving out of troubled water. So to me, they all match up. So if you're having trouble with a person, a situation, I would highly recommend that you try to see if there are ways that you can change the situation to make it so that you can still do a little bit of what you're trying to do. Therefore, you feel like you're achieving your goal, and the other person is satisfied that you're not like overdoing it. Like that's what it feels like. I mean, that person could be like a family member saying like, "Oh my God, please, I'm so worried about you." You know what I mean? It could be that. Anyway, I'm going on. I apologize. I hope that helps, Sylvia. Is there anyone else? No. I think we've got everybody. Oh, thank you. Spot on. Well, thank you, my friend. Appreciate you for saying so. I wish you many blessings. Listen, to me, there's no better day than going out in the garden and getting my hands dirty. I can't do what I used to do anymore. So I have limited myself. Actually, we had a whole garden sort of box that my husband built me, and I took the whole thing out this year, and because I don't have the energy anymore, and I don't really have the time, so I'm just limited to my two little things in the back, and they're up a little bit. So you know what I do? I literally pull my chair over and I sit down in my chair, and it's right at arm's length for me. So I don't have to like bend down. I don't have to bend over. None of that stuff. Right. And if it takes me four days to do it, or I can do it in 3 days, or I can do it in 12, I don't set any limitation for myself. Jennifer has a question. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jennifer. Apologize, my friend. There you are. Oh, look at that. Okay. So sorry. I hope you're still here, Jennifer. Okay. Thank you, Linda. So Jennifer says, will my energy improve? I'm exhausted all the time. Oh, love, I'm sorry. Well, I mean, besides going to see a doctor, of course, that's always the first start. To make sure that, medically you're sound. There's lots of things that you can do to improve your overall strength. So when you say that you are exhausted, and I'm not asking you to give us any more details other than if you could just highlight if you are like, do you feel weak in terms of legitimately I have no strength, or do you feel like you're unfocused and therefore like you're sort of going in multiple directions at once? Because there's a big difference. I mean, we just went through a huge energy shift, and we're going through another one, going to be going through another one any minute now. And those things are real, friends. Those things are real, those energy shifts, and some of us feel them more than others. Some of us don't feel them at all. Sometimes you'll feel one, and then the next one you won't. Unfocused and no motivation. Okay. They just happen to be my specialties, Jennifer. And when I say that, I mean I'm also unfocused and unmotivated. I have anxiety, panic disorder, and depression, and I have spent the greater part of 12 years not being able to focus, not being able to concentrate, not being able to explain it to myself or to anyone else. And then I have days where I feel like I could rule the world. So I totally get it. Routine, and more routine is essential for me staying on the straight and narrow. So I know what the heck I'm doing. I try to make things a little easier for myself. Keep your house tidy, clutter-free, your office, your car, whatever, your personal space, keep it clutter-free. You know, the clearer the path, the clearer the bookshelf, the clearer the cupboards, the clearer your mind is, right? It's not taking up space and not taking up your energy. Spread some crystals around your space, rose quartz, amethyst, smoky quartz, you know, grounding stones. Amethyst is like, you know, the overall healer kind of thing. Rose quartz is for happiness. Just having those stones around will help. Get a water fountain, get some what I literally right on the tip of my tongue and I lost it. Plants. That's the word I was looking for. Plants, flowers, something to brighten the space and also to increase the oxygen level. Water just makes you happy and makes you feel tranquil and relaxed. And I'm not in any way saying that being unfocused and motivated equals to, if it's like because of stress, it's not equal to relaxation. But it does help to keep the mind calm. You can try journaling. Journaling is a great way to unclutter the mind, whatever is going on in your head, whatever you're thinking, whatever's consuming your thoughts. Get it on a piece of paper, get it out of your head, leave room for more to come in. You can do that at any time, day or night. Box breathing helps to calm you down if it's a case of stress. You can do visualization or meditation. That's helpful if you feel that you can. All right, come on, cards. Come on, Spirit, talk to me. What is going on with Jennifer? What is going on with Jennifer? So we have, these are really lovely cards, right? We have cleanse. The cleansing is, you know, the clearing of the mind. It is bringing yourself back into alignment. So the meditation, you know, the visualization techniques, the decluttering, the journaling, all of those things, clearing the mind, right? Think of cleansing as rejuvenative work, right? So anything that restores you back to the way that you were, right? Having a great routine, making sure that even your sleep hygiene routine is on point is going to help you. So for example, what I mean by that, simple little tweaks can make a massive difference. Every day, put your keys in the same spot. Every day you put your purse in the same spot. Every day you put, you know, your lunch in the same spot. So you don't have to think, because the minute that you think and the minute that then your schedule is thrown off, you start to rush. So now you're overwhelmed and you're rushing. Now you're panicked. And you're off and you're unfocused, right? Sweetness. This is about coming from a place of love. This is about coming from a place of gratitude. This is about trying to find the up and the positive in your day-to-day, in you, in your surroundings, and in your environment, right? Those unexpected, lovely things and all of the blessings that we all have around us that we so often forget. Mystery. Don't get focused on why you feel unfocused and unmotivated, and I don't mean that in any kind of like offensive way. When we think we have a problem, we can sometimes put all of our energy into figuring out what is the cause of that problem, and solutions to, find a solution for said problem. And then we're focused on not what's actually happening. So try to, as best you can, move yourself away from the why did I do that? Why did that happen? Why is this happening to me? Why do I feel this way? I mean, there are things that you can do to alleviate that, right? You could say, I don't give a crap. You could say, today is the day that I'm going to make a change. And no matter what I do, I have no expectation, but I must do something. So no matter what I do today, I'm going to celebrate that. And stop beating myself up because I don't think that I am motivated or focused based on what I used to do. Do you understand what I mean? Oh, hi, Blue. Thank you, by the way. Yeah, like I mean, I don't know if that makes sense or not, Jennifer, but that's kind of what I've got for that. Now, I do want to pull one more card here for you. Jennifer, I used to, and again, I'm not trying to make this about me. I'm just saying. I used to have to do like 6 to 7 things at the same time just to feel like I was able to sit still, which even then was a stretch. So I get being unfocused, but I would panic when I was like that, making it virtually impossible for me to focus. Basically making it impossible for me to snap out of it sort of idea, which I don't like that term, but it's the best thing I can think of. There's all kinds of little easy things that you can do to really help lift yourself up. Because no matter what your situation is, no matter what the cause of your problem is, and this is pretty much across the board for all problems, right? If you can change your mindset as to how you think and how you approach said problem or situation, if you can remain positive in that approach and that possible solution, you will be amazed at what you can actually accomplish. But we worry. We're human beings. We get caught up in it. We got other things going on. We're being pulled in 48 different directions. Our hands are in 58, different cookie jars. And all of a sudden, one day, it's just like, oh my God, this is too much. That's so negative. Says who it's too much? Says who, right? It's about you. So you got to put yourself first. You got to think about what makes you happy. And I use that term very loosely because it's not meant to trigger you. It took me 11 years to figure out what makes me happy. I did this. I have a saying called push the stool out. I got so sick of sitting there staring off into space because I literally thought that was all I could do. that I was like, I don't care. I have to do something. So I'm going to push this stool out. Today is the day that I'm going to push this stool out and I'm going to do something. I don't care what it is. I'm going to comb my hair. And I'm going to celebrate the crap out of that like I won a medal. I am going to push the stool out and I'm going to get changed. I'm going to brush my teeth. I'm going to comb my hair. I'm going to wash the dishes. I'm going to run a marathon, whatever it is. Make today the day that you decide that we're not going to follow that pattern anymore. Set yourself one little task. If you do it and you feel like you can do more, then go for it. Shoot for the stars, but don't start up there. Just start, and then you can celebrate it. And each time that you achieve that task, each time that you achieve the goal that you set for yourself, you celebrate the crap out of it, and you are going to immediately lift your vibration. You're going to immediately feel more confident, more joy, more happy. And when you do those things, when you feel more joy, more happy, and more confident, you can, all of a sudden, things start to feel better. Things start to feel brighter. All of a sudden, your focus comes back because your vibration is higher, right? When you live in that self-sabotaging, negative, like, I suck, I can't do anything, I can't focus, I don't know what's wrong with me, why am I so tired? It's all like, you're bad, you're horrible, you're rotten. You're doing no favors to your self-worth and your self-esteem. You got to cut that stuff out, right? Got to cut it out. And I'm not saying that you're doing it intentionally. Sometimes it's very innocent and we just kind of fall into that pattern. Got to get rid of all that. Best way I know to celebrate, turn the music on, TV, radio, phone, whatever, and dance around the living room like you are on the dance floor with John Travolta. You know what I'm saying? Like you're at Saturday Night Fever Studio 54, living your best life. Dance around, sing your brains out. Singing, by the way, friends, actually opens up your throat chakra, which is all about communication and allows you to communicate, whether you're communicating with yourself or you're communicating with another, right? Look at the last card I pulled for you, Jennifer. Now, that is no accident. You got love and sweetness twice. This card says, love surrounds all of your connections. Move forward positively in all areas of your life. So this, again, Spirit is saying, lift your vibration, girlfriend. Lift your vibration. Lift your vibration. Lift your vibration. Okay. Told you to put your legs up against the wall. Legs up the wall pose. Love it. Just do one little thing. I had to do multiple things at one time while I was working. Now I'm working on a new way by doing one thing at a time. 100%. Kelly says, wow, Kelly, that message resonates with me. Well, there you go. Thank you. And Jennifer says, thank you. You're very welcome, my friend. I hope it helps. Blue says, I sing to calm myself when I'm angry. I make up words for my made-up song. It helps. Again, Kelly's right. Yeah. This is an interesting thing that I do for myself. And I know that this sounds a little out there, but when I can't concentrate, when I would lose focus, and this is not any kind of like proven, this isn't a medical treatment by any stretch, but take my hand, put it in a fist, thumb inside, like loose, not tight, right? And I sort of rub, or sorry, not fist, but thumb out. You start from here. I'm going to pull this down. Sorry, friends. Nobody wants to see my belly, but it's right underneath your breastbone right there. Okay. And I start there and I sort of rub down to my belly button. And I just keep doing this, right? In very rhythmic motions. And I sort of follow my own breath. Now, I must say that when I started to do that, it was because I was either panicked or about to have a panic attack. And so my heart would be racing and I was trying to bring my breathing back to a regulated rhythm, which is why I started doing that. But there's something very distracting about a rhythm, whether it be like the binaural beats or, if you sit there and snap your finger, right? There's something very, very distracting about a beat that sort of all of a sudden captures your attention, right? So you're rubbing your belly, right? Starting at your breastbone, you're going down. I close my eyes and I don't say it in my head because in my head isn't loud enough. I have to say it out loud. So I start saying positive affirmational words like love and relax and joy and dream and all of that, right? Yes, Linda, self-soothing. That's a great way to explain it. My mom used to tickle my arm, for example, when I was little and I didn't feel good. So to me, I suppose it's the same thing. So I literally will do this. Close my eyes and I start to spell words like happy, Happy, love, Love, joy, Joy. Like over and over and over and over and over and as many times as I need to. And I stop when I'm done. I do that still to this day when I'm driving in the car. Like not obviously when I'm driving, but when I'm passengering in a car. Because sometimes traffic and like I'm like, oh my God, like I'm ready to freak out and I have to sort of remove myself. And I do that because it's instant distraction. Now I'm in control. The fear isn't taking hold of me and I'm not trying to pacify myself by, okay, yep, just everything's fine. I literally have to do something. And so that's what I do. So I regulate with the rhythm and the self-soothing, right? And I say those affirmational words and I feel better because I took control of the situation. And when I'm done, I'm good. Just a thought. Yeah. So there you have it, friends. And look, today, again, we end with 11 people in the chat. My mama is all around us, friends. Gotta love it. Thank you, Mama, for being here and hanging out with me. I love you and I miss you. My mom is special. My mama is special. So don't forget, friends, I will be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time with Ron Unconditional Love and Jay Hurt 213. Unfortunately, we will not be at the fire pit, but we will be doing some cards and chat. So I hope you guys can tune in for that. And then on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern, I will be back with Wisdom Seeker Joan and Terry from Kiguru Spiritual Journeys. And we'll be getting some messages from Dad for Dad, so to sort of celebrate Father's Day. So with that being said, I hope you have a great weekend. I hope that you all pay attention to your weather alerts wherever you may be. Make sure that you're doing whatever they advise in terms of the air quality. Stay safe and stay healthy. And I send you lots of love and I wish you many blessings. And thank you everybody for being here and for showing everybody else love. This was wonderful today. I feel really good. I feel like I'm ready to go. I'll probably lay down and have a nap, but I feel ready to go right now. You guys have a great day and I'll see you very soon. I wish you many blessings. Mwah. Bye for now. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Comments below. By the way, if anyone wants to book a private reading with me, that information is in the description box below the video, and I do it by donation. So whatever you can afford, because if you need a reading, I don't want you to feel that you can't afford a reading. I just sort of felt like I should mention. Anyway, have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Lots of love. Bye-bye.